Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We're getting back to our Cypher system game. It's been in real time. It's been a little while since we've played, but you'll see no change in that in the schedule, seeing as that we have so many episodes in the can. But I want to take a minute to talk about our sponsor, our new sponsor, Thing 12 Games. Although Trevor broke me a little bit and said they could actually be Thing 1-2 games, it was just like. Never thought about it that way before, but they're an awesome group of dudes. Sean and Sean have both been on the show before. They've got a lot of cool dice games that are available right now. You can get Dice of Crowns, Dice of Pirates, Dice of Dragons is going to be the next one up in the series. That looks to be pretty cool. I know they're play testing stuff now. They also have Click Click Boom, which is a social deduction, more of like a party style game. They also have Seals of Cthulhu, which you can pre-order now. It's a two-person Cthulhu-themed card game, which is pretty cool. We have a copy of that as well. So please check them out. We also have, obviously, of course, we've got Bird's Coffee. Links for everything are in the show notes. If you use code LEGENDS10, you'll get 10% off your order. And when you order from the sponsors, it helps support the show. So we hope you'll check them out. I'm going to kick things over to Jesse. He'll give us a recap, and we'll get into the gameplay.
All right, so last time we followed the caravan, the cart that is with the soldiers from the north leaving the town that has their the party's obelisk on it, and they team managed to get back together after kind of separating a little bit, losing their spot, but they get back together, end up tailing the wagon. Milo scares the crap out of some people by jumping like miles at a time. And and they manage to track down the car, get around using some hunting paths that they got from the Hunters Guild. And they managed to kind of find out where they think the cart is going, a general location, which is kind of this off the grid, off the map. What are they like fort. A fort? Yeah, fort in the mountains. And so they kind of camped up. Unfortunately, they all fell asleep, kind of lost track of things, and in the morning realized that the cart had gotten ahead of them now.
That was my fault.
It was. Absolutely. Not good. Blame goes absolutely nowhere else but you.
Yeah, I take it all.
Yep. So yeah, at this point, we have in the morning the group kind of coming to the realization after attempting to set up an ambush for the cart, seeing that their trap has kind of the log that they threw across had been moved, and noticing that the wagon ruts had been freshly pressed, that the cart had come through, and now they have some catching up to do. So, yeah, you guys have some catching up to do.
So I don't remember.
Hello?
We've literally been talking this whole time.
Yeah.
And now he cuts out.
Oh, no.
Did he just black out?
He sure did.
Well, what do we get to do with his channel? Although it is a it's a striking freeze frame.
I'm gonna.
Now it's gone. Damn it!
Oh, were you guys actually like looking at the video? I
wasn't.
I can see. Oh God. He's not gonna like that.
His computer just rep-pooted.
It rep-pooted.
It rep-pooted.
I like that.
Yep. Rep-pooted. That's stupid. Rep-pooted.
Wait, so are we still live?
Yeah, we are. We're live.
Yeah, we have zero control over this.
Yeah, so we're still going.
Twiddling our thumbs live on air.
So, yeah.
But if his computer rebooted.
Yeah, but it's not a server. Like, it's not on his computer. So
John,
we are
it's
still live. This is still going.
I shouldn't ask questions about these things. I don't understand them.
It's on the it's not on John's computer necessarily. It's on the web. It's in the cloud. So because the three of us are still here, it's still live. If all three of us were to log out, then it would end broadcasting. But because we're still here, we're keeping it alive.
I understand
There you go.
everything.
So now we have control.
Well, do we?
All right. I mean, kind of. As much as, I mean, to be fair, I think we really have to ask ourselves, how much control does John really have? I think
I don't
could make it go live and not live. I don't think we have
that's
that.
a good point. We
that's
could not
true.
show up. If we didn't show up, he couldn't go live.
He does have the button. He's got the button.
He has
though, right?
the button.
He's
Yeah.
the button man.
Yeah. Do you know the button man?
Ha! Yes, I know the button man.
You do. The button man. I don't know the street that John lives on. I mean, I do. I have it written down somewhere, but I don't have it on. I don't have it memorized.
Maybe not say it live though, too.
I won't. That's true. We are actually live.
Oh,
But they'd have to figure out what town.
that's
That's
true.
a good point.
Okay, who knows
Like,
what town
what
lives
if
in?
he happens to live on Main Street? Like,
Yeah, it's shot in the dark, right? Like how many
like
main
right? There's like a Main Street in every town and city.
Mm.
Schloboken, Ohio, probably has a Main Street.
Is Schloboken, Ohio, a real place?
I hope it is.
Me too. I want to move there now.
No, you don't. No one
I
wants
want
to
to be
live in
from
Ohio.
Schloboken.
Nobody wants to live in Ohio. People are born in Ohio, and that's it.
I liked a few times I've been there. I liked it, but I guess that really doesn't make sense because it's massive. And
Jesse, you just offended all of our Ohio listeners.
All two of them.
Yeah, they're all from Ohio. And now we
To
don't
be
have
fair,
any-
yeah. To be fair, most people in Ohio don't have internet.
That's
So.
not true.
like Catacon is in Ohio, and it's always a great time.
She's back. He's back.
The
Quiet.
only
Wait,
and so rocks fall. Everybody roll.
don't tell him. Don't tell him what we did.
I won't.
I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna hear it all later.
No, you're not, because they just told me that everything's in the cloud, and you were out of the cloud, so you don't get any of that. I understand technology.
Let's just say you may get an email from the Department of Relations in Ohio.
From Mr.
Well,
Jackson,
shit.
Ohio.
Well, the cool thing is now I'm on my desktop because my fucking laptop won't fucking reboot.
Well, get off
Ew.
your desktop and get on a chair. Jesus.
Yeah, maybe you're sitting on it. That's the problem.
So I think so. A Norton
already-
thing popped up, and instead of Xing out, I think I clicked OK,
Oh, well,
and then it was
that's
taking
your
forever.
first-
I sort of feel like I should not have my video on now, though.
Well,
Yeah,
it's pissing me off because I don't know if the fucking laptop's going to work now.
Oh.
well, either way, I blame it on Decurro.
Yeah.
I take
Yeah,
all the
that's
blame.
I can tell you your first issue is that you have Norton installed. I think
Well, it's better than AVG, which is free and a piece of shit.
But no, Panda security is the way to go.
Panda?
Yep, it's free and it's open source.
Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
That's
very
probably
good.
not even a real name.
It is. I
Anybody?
use it.
Anybody? No?
What?
Tropic
Nope.
Thunder.
Oh, shit. I should have got that. Damn it. Well done.
All right, the whole night is fucked up now. All right, so okay, so we want to start again. What I was gonna say before I fucked everything all up was, did we have a conversation at the end of the game like, oh fuck, they must have got away? Blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
I
What are
actually
we gonna
think
do?
we ended on a symbol hit of Decurro saying something.
Yeah, it was something dumb.
To that
It was
extent.
something. Yeah. I do remember that. I don't remember what I said, but it was dumb.
I All right. Well, all right. So,
So we're standing looking at the rivets in the dirt.
yeah.
I believe is where
Basically,
we are.
yeah.
We're probably was it that we had some sort of a shortcut that we didn't want to take, but then now it seems like we have to, and it's like the more perilous of the choices. Is that sound familiar?
No, it's just there's really just one route up and down from this location.
We gotta hightail it and then sort of
Basically, like you can try to like hike it through the woods, trying to get faster than them, to cut them off again, or you can just try to catch up to them.
Man, if only one of us had some sort of ability to kind of go fast and far.
Well, so how many
activating an ability that they have, or
I can't bring both of you with me.
But Milo, you can do it though, right? You can get up there.
Yeah, I can jump right up to him, say, "Hey, wait! Can you wait for my friends to catch up, please, so we can kick your butts and then take back our thing?" Yeah, that's what
I'm not saying that's a bad idea. What I am saying is you could probably get ahead of them, do something to delay them, and then hide. Let's just try to make it. Let's just try to catch up.
Well, I mean, we can hustle behind, but Milo, if you can use your abilities to at least see how far ahead they are, then it'll give us a better idea of whether or not we can catch them.
A forward scout. That's what you're going to do. Oh, Milo, that's so cool.
All right, fine. I'll jump to the top of a tree. See if I can see him from the top of the tree.
He's going to do it. Valos, look, he's going to do it. He's going to do it again.
Sure. All right. So you jump up. Why don't you go ahead and give me...
Don't make me roll.
And yes, I'm making you roll an intellect check. And you're gonna probably have to be let's kick it at a 4. So beat a 12.
Okay, does a 15 beat it?
Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, so you're looking and the mountain face itself, the mountainside is probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles or so off. And you can see some slight activity up against the mountains. So you can actually see that there's some type of building facade and but nothing almost like a what is it called? Scaffolding, like wooden scaffolding up on the side of the mountain. And so you at least have a pinpoint, but you believe that either the wagon is covered by the tree line, or they have already made it to the mountainside.
Is the mountainside where the fort is?
Yes.
How far away is it?
Yeah, about 1.5 to 2 miles.
About 1.5 to 2 miles?
Yep.
Decurro, what time was it when you thought you heard the ruckus? That you didn't check out?
Probably maybe around 4 in the morning.
Okay. What time is it now, Jesse? Yeah.
It's just past sunrise, so it's probably about 6 or so.
All right, they're probably there.
I should have said 5 in the morning.
Probably still would have been there. It's only 1.5 miles, man.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, let's hook it.
It might be easier to approach if they're already there. I don't know.
Well, I don't remember how many. There was maybe about 6 guys. If they've got, all the way to that fort, there could be 100.
I like those odds. Let's at least we can go. We'll go up and we'll scout around it. I'll go scout around it.
Guys, you're assuming the world isn't balanced for 3 people to tackle it. Come on.
Well, we at least have to go get eyes on that place. I mean, the fort was supposed to have been abandoned. you know, if they've made inroads this far, I mean, we've got to let somebody know.
Well, shit. Let's go get some intel then.
All right, let's do it. I mean, they've already got past this.
We go get intel.
Okay. So you guys are heading up towards the fort.
Yes.
All right. How are you approaching? What exactly are you guys doing? Are you heading down the path? Are you sticking into the woods? Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you doing it as fast as possible?
With the sun to our backs, so it's in their eyes.
Well, so if they're already there, presumably they haven't left like a rear guard because nobody, they didn't know anybody was coming. So I would say we Valos would posit that we go up the path, for a mile or so, and then as we get closer, then maybe duck off into the woods and get a better lay of the land. Because if the place is fortified and there's troops there, then presumably they would have guards and watchtowers and whatever. So as we get closer, he would want to get off the path. But I think probably for the first mile, I mean, what do you guys think? Should we you want to follow the path? I can't imagine they'd leave anybody behind.
Yeah, we should just follow the path because in my experience, trudging through the woods is pretty damn loud.
Well, also time consuming.
Yes. So let's just stick to the path. We'll go slow. That way they don't hear us coming. Who is drawing on paper right now? What is that noise?
Oh, can you guys hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me edit more.
I'm sanding. I'll stop sanding.
Matt, we're playing a game here.
At least I'm not doing dishes.
God damn you people.
Heavy wears the crown. Sorry, John.
This is my life now.
It is. So you guys want to kind of carefully head up the path. Keep your eye out for stuff. All right, why don't you guys then? So you trek up probably about a mile or so. Why don't you go ahead and each of you give me an intellect check?
Ooh, I would love to.
11.
Yeah. Well, so I'll tell you, see if you can beat a 5. It has to do with perception and such. So anything that you guys have that you can try to drop that down, you can go ahead and use.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and blast the level of effort.
Yeah.
So train drops at a level then, right?
Yep.
So that would make it a 4, which would make it 12.
Yep.
Fuck.
Do you have you want to burn effort? Is there any other things that you have that you can use?
I nailed it right on with a 12.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he doesn't see it. Like he's looking, kind of feels like his spider sense is tingling, like he should feels like he should see something and just doesn't catch it.
How about you, Milo?
I got an 11.
11. All right. And Decurro, you said that you got a 12, but you dropped it down with effort.
I did. I used effort to drop it down. I thought the target was 12. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, it was 15. I mean, it was.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I dropped it down with effort and rolled.
You dropped it down to 4, so that would make it 12. All right, sounds good. So you guys are kind of looking around a little bit and slowly making your way through. And Decurro, you're kind of walking a little bit ahead of everybody else. And you feel a slight pressure on your shin, and you look down just in time to see this thin, almost non-existent cord running between two trees.
Oh, stop it. Stop.
And yeah.
Stop.
What's that? What?
Decurro he gets down, and there's like that cool shot of when you get down and you look at a tripwire.
Mm-hmm. And like the
focus
sun
changes from the wire, from his eyes to the wire. Yeah. And he plucks it. Just the teensy, just to show Valos. Tripwire. Those shifty bastards.
Sons of bitches.
Well, I'm gonna follow the wire into see where it's connected.
All right. Yeah, and
I know about this shit. I've seen this all the time.
Yeah, you go over and there is almost this copper box with a rune inscribed in it, and on the side is this small clear stone.
All right, can I glean anything from the rune?
Go ahead and give me another intellect check. It has to do with ciphers, with technology. So
with my decipher ability, I might have my decipher ability lets me get a gist of strange writing or codes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So what I do is I spend 1 intellect point, and I have to just beat a difficulty 3 roll, and then that would work. Unless, nice. I guess the thing would be whether or not that's the difficulty of the intellect roll to begin with.
It would not be. The difficulty is slightly higher, but also I think using this you get a lot more information than with just a casual intellect roll.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to use it then. All right, I spend the intellect. I just got to be difficulty 3. So just do it. Just do it. Oh, I was an 18.
Look at that. So yeah, you actually you recognize this as basically a glyph of warding. So it is something that would send alarms up. And in fact, this is actually a more silent alarm. It's something that triggers triggers here, but alerts people at a distance. So the people who trip it, like if you were to actually push through this, you'd have absolutely no idea.
So Decurro is going to just go ahead and he's going to rig this thing to, I want to fuck with it to make it, go off in like, but you do, I want to time it so that it goes off when we're like up there so we can see how they react to something like that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I'm just going to do it without saying it out loud.
Okay. Yeah. That would be another intellect check. And that would be, I'll give you a bonus. So it would normally be a 5, but because you use that previous check, I'll drop it down to a 4.
A 4. Okay, an intellect check. Then I would like to use another level of effort. Sure. I may drop with intellect, and I'll just be a mindless nonsense person. So what is it down to now? I'm sorry, a 4.
Now it's down to a 3.
Down to a 3. Okay.
Yeah, after your effort, it's down to a 3.
All right. Oh, 9, right on the dot.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm gonna run out of that luck. This luck is not lasting.
It ain't pretty, but you're pretty sure you can guess that you've been able to kind of set this thing to time off in about like 45 minutes to an hour.
Beautiful. All right, so I'll get up, dust myself off, and I'll go, all right, we got about like, I'm going to say 45 minutes or so before this thing's going to go off, and then we get to see what happens. Huh? How's that sound? Good?
I mean, it'll at least draw some of them away, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be kind of cool, and then we'll get to see what happens, you know? We'll get that intel, and then maybe we'll see if there's like an opening or something, like one of us could slip through, you know? Check out the inside. What do you think? What do you say?
I think we should we should probably move closer, right? I mean, we can.
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Oh, that's why I delayed it.
Here.
So that we could get up closer, and then we'd have time. We can just kind of like sit and then wait.
All right. There's some kind of warning device.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. It's a it's a warning. It's an alarm. So if we had tripped that, they would have known somebody was coming up the path. So that's why I think it would be interesting to see.
All right. Good on you, Decurro.
I tried something like this a while back. It worked out good because I got I was able to sneak past. It's not important. Let's just get let's get up there.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna use my action recovery roll, and I'm gonna try to get some intellect points back.
Are we close enough now that we should probably be stealthing then?
I mean, Decurro would be.
Yeah, I think Valos would be at this point then too. So through the woods.
I'll just follow your lead. You guys want.
Okay.
Oh yeah, stealthy through the woods to get closer, and then we're gonna want to wait to see when that thing goes off. What happens?
Are we far enough away that we don't need to make a stealth roll, or?
No, yeah, you're fine. You guys are still like a half mile out, so
Nice.
So you're all set for now.
Cool. I think we probably stay like within eye shot of the trail though, in case someone happens to come wandering down.
Makes sense.
If I had an XP, I would spend it to say we find a perfect spot for a vantage point, and we get to see everything all the time.
Cough, cough, nudge, nudge.
If I had an XP, intrude on me so I can get some XPs.
Well, I mean, I think if we're within eye shot of the trail, I think that, I mean, maybe once we get closer to the wall, I could see that, but just for like cruising up.
Definitely. Yeah, no. We do it.
All right, very nice. So you guys begin to head up just off the trail. I'm assuming you kind of want to be able to still be within eyesight of anything that would pass by, but outside that, you're outside of a casual glance into the woods. All right. So yeah, you guys begin to head up, and soon enough, the woods kind of begin to thin out as the gradient begins to increase and everything starts to get a little rocky. But it's a pretty quick transition. So the woods are maybe only like 50 or so, like the dense trees are maybe only 50 or 60 feet away from like the total clearing and like the jut up of the side of this mountain. And it's almost, it's practically a cliffside that runs at least a few hundred feet up before it kind of starts to slope off into a normal mountain. And what you see is this kind of thinnish work area that's been set up of, like I said, this thick wood scaffolding that runs up the side of the mountain, probably about 80 or so feet up.
See anybody on it?
No, you can't really see anything. You don't see anything running up or down it right now, but you actually can see that there is this rope and pulley system that runs throughout the entire thing. But you don't, and you also do see that there are only a handful of men, presumably guards. They all have swords, but they aren't wearing any real army, any armor or any insignias on them. And they're just kind of hanging out down there.
Could we take those guys? Could we take them?
How many does it look like?
There's you can see 5 guys right now. You're not entirely sure if there's any more, because there's some like fairly big boulders and it's not like a straight side down here, so there could be some more around a corner or something, but you can definitely pick out 5.
Let's see what happens when the alarm goes off. I think we can take them.
how close are we to where this whole scaffolding is at?
Well, the tree line, like I said, is about 50 feet out.
Okay.
So you can be as close or far away as that as you want.
Okay. And is there any wood, or is it just like ropes and stuff, or?
Oh yeah, it's wood, and then there's a pulley system running through it as well.
Okay. Does it run up this? It runs up the side of the mountain, not up the side of the fort, or is that one and the same? Like the fort comes up.
Yeah,
out of the
pretty
side
much
of
one and the same. You actually can't see any real fort right now.
Okay. And they're not doing anything except for hanging out.
Yep, they're hanging out, kind of talking, shooting the shit every once in a while, but there's really nothing going on per se.
Do they seem trained? I mean, if they're just shooting the shit, they're probably distracted.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, they're not really doing anything. They're not going on, they're not going on patterns. They're not doing anything like that. They're just kind of just standing around.
Oh yeah. We can take these guys.
Well, I mean, is that a watch? I guess. I mean, they're not doing a very good job.
You know this stuff. Look at them. They're disorganized. They're probably not even part of the real. It's probably just some like bullshit mercenary situation, and they're just bad. Lowest bidder type shit.
I mean, if nobody knows they're here, they wouldn't have their dander up, so to speak. I mean, I'm sure things have probably been really quiet, and now that they're back with the stuff that they collected.
Yeah, our stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if we could isolate one or two of them and take them out real quick, then we might be able to deal with the other ones. Doesn't look. I mean, there's a lot of ropes. They could have some kind of signal system.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check to see, like, if one of the ropes runs up to like a fucking bell that we could see or something?
Sure, of course.
All right, I will try to do that. I rolled an 18.
Nice. Yeah. So you do not see any type of alarm system or anything like that. You don't see bells or whistles or anything. You do basically, and I'll tell you because of the good roll, you can basically glean that this is some type of transport, that this is a lift system. It's not something that you've seen, at home or anything like that, really, but you've actually probably seen at Southport and back in some of the large port towns that they'll use it to load and unload cargo from some of the bigger ships.
Okay. And we haven't encountered the wagon in any fashion. Well, like, we're pretty confident that the wagon has already been.
Right. Yeah. You can see where the trail comes up to the side of the mountain. And you actually do see that there's almost like a big rotary type set. From the tracks. So you actually see that they kind of exit through the woods and make like a big loop that passes by the side of the rocks, by the lift system, and then back into the woods.
Okay.
So logic would dictate that the cart kind of came by here and it hasn't gone back, at least not that you've seen. So it has to be somewhere.
You think they probably don't take the cart up, right? So maybe it's coming. Well, maybe it's coming back around the backside. Maybe they have yet to load it yet.
Yeah, they're definitely. Yeah, that looks like they're gonna. Right. All right. Well, I mean, either way, I think it's just smart to wait right now.
Yeah, I mean, if the card hasn't come around, that means there's about 10 or 12 of them, though.
We could clear some of them out when the alarm goes off, though. I mean, they probably have a false sense of security right now.
Seems that way. They've got a pretty cush gig over here, it seems like.
I'm torn between element of surprise or whittling down the numbers through the alarm.
Well, I guess it depends on how many get pulled away, and how many go up with the cargo.
Yeah. I think it's best to just sit back and wait for now.
Yeah, let's give it a few minutes at least to see if the wagon comes back around. Because if a bunch of them go up, then we could take out the remainder, possibly.
Oh, we could put on their gear.
Yeah, we
Can
could.
you imagine?
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Decurro watches like a hawk. Now he wants the gear.
Yeah, so you guys wait around basically until you think the alarm might go off?
I think probably so nothing happens in the intervening half hour, 20 minutes. The wagon doesn't come around. Nobody goes up. Nobody comes down.
No, it's all pretty much calm and as is.
All right. Milo, what do you think? You can move pretty quick. Do you want to stay here and watch? And then Decurro and I will make our way down a little bit. And then when they make a break, you can hop down and let us know how many are coming.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, because if they all go, I mean, we get them, as they get past us, we can cut them off and start picking them off. But if they send one or two, we kill one or two pretty quick. And then take their shit and then go back up and we could get real close.
So gross.
Close enough. For fun. For just close enough. Yeah, let's do that.
Close enough to get the job done.
That's better, what you said.
All right, but let's beat feet.
Decurro begins beating his own feet.
Valos slaps you.
Cow.
Oh, that's right.
This way.
Decurro watches you like you're gonna show him how to beat feet.
And Valos just blends into the forest and makes his way down the trail.
Decurro puts his hands in his cycle. I thought he wanted to beat feet. And we're done.
So I think, Valos' plan would be to maybe go down 100 yards, kind of like out of eyesight of the scaffolding, kind of like around a bend, and then travel in the woods. Have Milo watch to see what happens, bounce down to us, and then we come in from behind, cut them off, kill them, presumably.
Okay.
And then make our way back up.
Right. So you guys are heading then back down the path?
Yeah, the two of us are Decurro and Valos.
Right. All right. Yeah. So you guys start to head down the path, and within, I'd say, just under 10 minutes or so, Milo, you see one of the guards just kind of standing there, and all of a sudden there's this silver glitter that kind of puffs up in front of him, probably about 3 feet off from his face, and it forms like a little ball almost, and catches his attention immediately. He kind of stands up straight at attention, and you see him. He puts like a serious face on, and he's nodding. He says something back to it. You can see his mouth moving, but you can't necessarily pick out what he's saying. But then you hear him give a whistle, and all the guards kind of turn to him, and he calls out. It's like Josiah and Marcus and Adam with me. And so 3 other guards come out, and he says, the rest of you stand watch. And he takes a little stone out of his pocket, out of like a pouch, hands it to one of the other guys that he told to stand there. And then the 4 of them start to make their way down the path.
So that leaves 4.
So now so there are 4 people making it down the path right now.
What was the stone? Would I recognize what that is?
You can give me an intellect check that has to do with Arcane or Chaotech.
All right. Can I also use one of my books to lower that?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I rolled a 13.
All right, yeah. So you are pretty sure that this is basically a sending stone. So that and this looks like, with the size and everything, it doesn't have a ton of power to it, so it probably has like a predetermined message in it. And they're usually one-time use as well. So basically, like you crack it or break it, and it sends a predetermined message to a predetermined location.
But he didn't break it.
No, he just gave it to one of the other guys still standing watch.
Oh, okay. Oh, still standing watch.
Yes.
So 4 of the 5 guys went down.
Correct.
Okay. But so that sending stone is no longer is staying there. It's not going down to where Decurro.
Correct.
Okay.
Although he may have another one.
Well, that's true, but maybe it's the receiver. Is the receiver? Would I know?
No, they usually don't need a receiver.
Okay.
It's almost like, like teleporting. Like you don't necessarily need another gate on the other side. You just need to know where you want to go.
Okay. So I guess I'll do what I said and go alert Decurro and Valos.
All right, sounds good. So you're going to go ahead and how are you going to do that? Are you going to bound ahead?
Am I still up in a tree? Was that where I was? Was I up in a tree?
You could be on a tree again if you want.
I was wondering where I was when I saw them. That's why.
I assumed we were all on the ground. I guess you could have been in a tree.
No, it's fine. I'll just be on the ground. Have they passed me?
No, let's say at this point they are still kind of making their way to the mouth of the path.
All right, so yeah, I'll just be on. I'll kind of. If I were to kind of step out onto the path, would they see me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then I'll just wait for them to pass.
Okay.
And I know. My plan was to tell Decurro and Valos that they're coming, but there's only 4 of them. There's 3 of us. Perhaps if I surprise after they catch up and Valos and Decurro surprise them, I can surprise them from behind too.
Ooh, there you go.
Ooh.
It's a double surprise.
There's only 2 of them. And then you're like, boom, 3 suckers.
So many surprises.
Right. All right, very nice. So in that case, you begin to kind of follow them down. I'm assuming you're staying off the path, or are you gonna?
Whatever would be quieter, so they wouldn't turn around to.
I'd say probably you don't have to necessarily be completely in the woods, but I mean, like walking in the middle of the path probably isn't a good idea. But as long as you're like off to the side a little bit, like a little bit in the woods, you should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You're actually, you're kind of keeping tabs on these guys while they're walking, and they don't seem like they're too alert necessarily. Like they're not looking around, they're not searching around. Like they seem to be just like wanting to get to where they are going.
Okay, I'll just keep following them. They are heading towards Decurro and Valos, right?
Yep. Yeah, they're heading down the path or up
Okay.
the path, wherever. Yeah. Yep. All right. So yeah, they're heading to the path, and Decurro and Valos, what are you guys doing? Just waiting.
Valos has his poison dagger out
Okay.
because he wants to chuck that when he sees him coming. When they get close enough to make it a reasonable shot.
Yep.
The dagger in and of itself is going to do enough damage to kill anybody, but if the poison does, X amount of damage, that's the plan.
Right. How about Decurro?
Well, I got the harpoon crossbow out, and
Nice.
I'm loading up a harpoon, and I am also. Yeah, you just stop me if this is too much. So I'm gonna twiddle my fingers and get some void matter, and I'm gonna infuse the harpoon crossbow with my void matter blast.
I
mean, I can do it at will. That's the only reason I'm even trying this, because I'm thinking I'm like running into everything with like just void matter blast, and then shoot my harpoon crossbow.
Now, what does it mean that you can do it at will?
You don't need
Like,
an
it
action.
doesn't
Yeah,
take an action.
yeah, it just happens.
That's crazy.
It is. Yeah, it just
That is
kind of deals
insane.
damage that ignores armor.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's go with that.
I'm gonna.
Although,
try to think of
well, actually,
yeah, go ahead.
The problem is that.
Oh,
so what
yes.
does
It's like I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm what I'm just thinking of. I'm thinking of like ranged. Like it doesn't make sense if I'm doing it from range that it just happens. There'd have to be sort of a
Yeah, because I'm just thinking in terms of mechanics is that you're basically taking 2 attacks and rolling it into 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although it's not like we necessarily do like there's no roll. Oh, you have a roll on your end. True. Yeah, so you'd basically be taking 2 rolls and rolling into 1, and that's not necessary.
Yeah, that's not. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So it'd be more of like at will void matter blast, roll to hit the person, and then I can shoot the crossbow type of thing.
Right, there you go.
Second roll.
Yeah. Jesus, that's insane.
Too deeply.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you guys are kind of just hanging out, and they like I said, these guys are not being stealthy or anything like that, and they kind of seem, and Milo, you can see is once they make it like halfway up, if they kind of relax a little bit more, probably assuming that if somebody had if a person or persons coming down the path had tripped this, they probably would have run into him by now.
Got it. Yeah.
So you kind of get the feeling that maybe this might be something common, like an animal ran over it or something like that, and they're just like, all right, we have to go reset the thing again. But so yeah, they kind of head down, and they seem extra chill the second half of the way. So Decurro and Valos, you guys can actually hear them coming. Not by footsteps or anything, although you hear like rustling of leaves every once in a while and stuff like that. But you can hear them talking, probably like a couple 100 feet down the path.
So did the thing explode yet or no? I mean, they've got the notification from the Misty fucking whatever thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're I don't know. What do you think, Decaro? Maybe like 50 feet away from where the tripwire would be? Maybe 100?
Yeah, probably. I mean, now I'm thinking like maybe I don't know. I don't know now. Like if we want to take him, let's take him now. The guys who are left. But then what? Like do we start scaling the stanchions there? Wait, is that right? What was it?
The scaffold.
Scaffold. Ugh, words.
All right. Well, you're getting ahead of my question. I just want to know where we are.
No, I thought we were getting up close to the guys who stayed back.
Yeah. No, but so we left to go back to near where the tripwire was. Decaro would have a better understanding of, is it going to explode and shatter? Does it shoot off a beam of light? So I want to know where we are in relation to the tripwire. I assume we're within 50 or 100 feet of the tripwire in the woods. So when they come down, I want to know where we are to where they are. That's all.
Oh, okay. I was confused. If that's the case, then I mean probably. I mean, I'd like to think that we're close enough. I mean, Decaro knew that it wasn't going to explode. That it was more of like a silent alarm system.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'd be close enough to like once they lost interest, just take them down.
Okay, so if it's just like a signal, then as opposed to like explosion or whatever,
yeah,
Decaro Valos would suggest that we get like right up near it. So if they have to come into the woods to finagle with it, we just kill that guy outright.
Heck yes.
You know what I mean? Like if he comes in by himself. So all right, so then we're like right near where the contraption is in the woods, waiting for the guy to come out.
All right. I just love the fact I picture it as like Decaro, as Valos is waiting there and he's like expecting like an explosion or some type of sound or, anything like an alarm. And it's been like 20 minutes and nothing has happened. And like he finally turns to Decaro and it's like, did you fuck it up? Like, what's going on? And you're like, I don't hear anything. I don't see anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, oh no, it's quiet. I didn't tell you that. I didn't. Sorry.
You should assume that I'm not telling you everything.
God damn it, Decaro.
That's on you. That's not me.
I know. I should ask more questions.
Yeah. How dare you?
God damn it. All right. Look, be ready.
We're good to go. We're good. we're arguing about this as they walked into the woods looking
right, exactly.
Oh shit, there he is. And we take him down.
All right, yeah. So these guys come up and you can handily see them kind of coming around the side. And what do you guys want to do with them?
Do they come towards our position as a group? Does one or two guys come in by themselves?
No, so they kind of start to come in, and there's one clear kind of leader guy, and he tells two of the guys to kind of stand off a little bit, but like by like 10 or 15 feet. And there's one guy that he tells to reset the trap.
I guess I probably should ask this because it seems pertinent. How deep into the woods is the contract? Like, is it like just right on the edge of the trail?
Yeah, trail side.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I guess we're in a little bit deeper than that. So Valos, as the guy is giving orders, looks at Decaro, he points his eyes, points at the guy out there, gives him a slow nod, like that's the guy. And then, Valos chucks his fucking poison dagger at the guy's face.
Nice. You're going right to for the leader guy?
Yeah, because he's gonna be the one that's gonna know what's going on, or have a communicator or whatever. You cut off the head of the snake.
Very true. All right, sounds good. So why don't you go ahead and give me an attack roll?
All right. So do we have an advantage for being hidden?
Yep. So you are going to get an asset for being hidden. So I will tell you right off the bat, for the leader guy, your target is a 4.
Okay.
But you currently have an asset, so that brings that down to a 3.
Okay. If I spend a level of effort, that would bring me down to a 6. I'm going to do that. So I have 2 edge. So it's only going to cost me 1 point, John?
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent. So that's going to take me down to 18. Fantastic. And I chucked that motherfucker. So I got to hit a 6. I rolled a fucking 3. I spend one of my XP to re-roll it. I got a 2. Fuck you. I spent my other XP. I got a 7.
Yay!
So the guy's standing there and he's got his arms crossed and he's like looking at the guy. You guys are kind of like standing there and he kind of like gets down and he like brings his arm back and he's like, no, that fucking tree's in the way. He kind of like stands up a little bit. He's like, oh no, fuck, he's looking over here. And then the guy kind of like turns a little bit. He's like, ah! And he just throws it real quick.
Nice.
So it does 2 damage. I don't know what we're doing for poison. So,
Oh, that was a light weapon, huh?
dagger's a light weapon. Yeah.
Then that's a -1 to the
Oh shit.
to the roll in itself.
Oh, so the 3 would have hit then. You want me to? Well, it's up to you, Jesse. If you want to give me that XP back, I forgot that there was a step advantage for the.
I did not realize there was. Yeah, so yeah, we'll roll that back then.
Okay, cool, excellent, thank you, sir. So I don't know how much damage you want to do for poison, or if it's a long-term thing, or if it. I don't think we ever decided what the nature of the poison was intrinsically.
No, you know what? I'll
Spider
say
poison. It turns everyone into Spider-Men.
Yeah, right. Yeah, now he's
could be a
now
paralytic.
Spider. He's not like Spider-Man. He's like Spider-Man.
Man Spider.
He's Man Spider. There we go. That's what it was. Let me double check. I pulled that from an actual.
Okay, because I was going to say spider poison would be like potentially a paralytic, maybe. So maybe
Right.
he's stunned for a certain amount of time, or
Let's see.
I don't know.
Do I remember my alphabet?
Your own
I mean, I
personal
could see being
alphabet.
stunned
Giant spider.
and then take damage over like certain number of rounds, maybe.
Let's see. So he apparently. All right. So I wonder how much we would do this. So how would we? He needs to make a might defense roll.
Okay.
I don't want to roll.
Roll, damn it.
Shit.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to roll. I think it's just like what level is the poison, and then like sort of.
Sure. Yeah, we'll
compare
do
it to
that.
the level of,
I don't want to roll.
Yeah, I think if you're poisoning, yeah.
So we'll say that he takes 1 point of speed damage then.
Okay. And then the 2 points are then might damage, probably.
Yes.
The other 2. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say that. So he takes a point of speed damage.
Is there any other effect with the poison, or that's it?
No, that was it.
Okay. Oh, I want to use Pierce as well, so give him an extra point.
Nice.
Ooh, there you go.
That it costs me 1 speed, but my edge is 2, so I'm assuming that's free then, John?
Yeah.
Is that
If you, I'm sorry, what did you say? It costs you 1?
Yeah, so Pierce is 1. It costs 1 speed to do an extra damage, but my edge is 2.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think you can't. I think you've used the edge for the attack.
So then it would cost 1 for sure.
Oh God.
I don't
Well,
know.
not necessarily. I don't think that you can edge abilities like that. I think you can edge rolls.
You should be able to edge abilities.
Really, you can edge abilities?
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm going to read it right from the book. So 1 speed point. This is a well-aimed, penetrating ranged attack. You make an attack and inflict 1 additional point of damage if your weapon has a sharp point, and it says action underneath. So it's not an enabler; it's an action.
Yeah.
But it says 1 speed point. So I guess it cost me 1 speed point then.
Yeah, well, he would cost you 1 speed point, but I think the question is whether or not edge applies to abilities. And I thought it did. That was one of the things I think I remember reading about as being a benefit of like the tiering up and everything. You might want to just check the edge section.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
I can't find my
But also,
my
son,
books
didn't you
on my
just
other
say that
computer.
that is an action?
Yeah, that would be the other thing that kind of blocks
It's
it
not
from
an
happening.
enabler, right? So you
Yeah.
can't you couldn't use it if you weren't already doing an action. You know what I mean? Like I can't pierce if I don't stab somebody first. I think that it's
you
not an
read that?
enabler.
Read it
Hmm?
again. Sorry.
Oh, hold on, let me pull it back up. You guys making me edit shit and whatever.
Right.
All right. So pierce, and then in quotes, 1 speed point. This is a well-aimed, penetrating, ranged attack. You make an attack and inflict. You make an attack and inflict an additional point of damage if your weapon has a sharp point, and then it says action, as opposed to an enabler, which is just active all the time.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
you're making an attack. If
no,
you
so yeah, so what it does is basically you were using your action to do the pierce attack. So as long as you're using a weapon with a point on it, you spend 1 and then you make an attack. So
Okay.
think of
Yes,
it, think of it almost like an ability in D&D where it requires you to almost like smite.
Or
like
spend a key point for a monk or something
exactly.
like that.
Yeah. So you in the ability, you are making an attack. You spend 1 point, then you make an attack.
The question then becomes, because my edge is 2, does that
it's free.
account for that point, that spent
That's
point?
what I am looking.
Okay.
It's free. It's free because all of my abilities are pretty much free because I have 2 edge.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it says when something requires you to spend points from a stat pool, your edge for that stat reduces the cost.
Okay.
It also reduces the cost for applying effort to a roll. Yeah. So if you are ever spending points from a stat pool, edge reduces it.
Love it.
Okay.
We did it, guys.
He takes 3 points of might damage and 1 point of speed damage. That's how it all shakes out.
And he dies.
I hope so. I hit him in the face, right? I mean, I called the shot.
Yeah, so you basically throw the dagger and it catches him right in the back, right on the side. And he basically lets out this giant yell, reaches behind him, feels the dagger pinned into him, pulls it out, and you can actually see like a thin line of the venom that stretches from him. So it is very clear that everything has taken effect.
Does Decurro get his shot as well?
Yes. Yep, Decurro will get one as well.
Okay.
I think Decurro, the guy that's walking into the woods. I think
he pointed. He did the eye thing.
What thing?
I'm saying Valos did the eye thing. You got to go after the leader. I mean, it's Decurro, so I know probably not. But
Decurro probably thinks that means that you'll go after the leader.
Yeah. He just nods. He's like,
after.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you do what you want. You do what you want.
How many guys were there again? I'm sorry. There were 4 total?
4 total.
One of them was walking in the woods towards us.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, as long as you are box side, then yes, he's walking towards you guys. Yep. The one guy's walking towards the box. The leader is basically standing at the tripwire, and there's 2 guys standing about 15 feet down the path.
All right. Well, here's what I'll do then. I'm going to use the void blast on the guy walking into the woods.
Okay.
Just like, throw some pukey ink out of my hand, and it just goes like all over his chest.
Yeah.
So I can roll to do that, but then I'm gonna take aim at the leader with the harpoon and like try to hit his knee, knock him down.
That's good.
Okay, so the void blast situation. Oh God, yeah, I'm gonna throw like effort on this stuff. All right, edge of 2 on the speed. I'm gonna just apply 1, or I'm gonna apply 1 level of effort to each.
Okay.
So, good golly, edge of 2.
Good golly, Mr. Molly.
That'll be 5. Okay, so I got to take down 3. All right, cool. I have done it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and roll. All right. Void Matter Blast, 20.
Oh yeah.
And the harpoon shot was a 13.
Yeah, both of those hit.
All right. So Void Matter Blast, if I got the 20, I think I'm going to actually bump up the damage on that.
Sounds good.
So 3 points of damage was the base, and man, I think it's 2 extra points on a 20?
Sure.
Is it? Oh,
I will
man.
say it doesn't matter.
Okay, great.
If you're doing 1 extra point, you're
well.
all
Then the
set.
total, yeah. So it's like this a mass, like too much comes out of my arm, and like it covers him, and he just disappears. He just like, melts in an inky voidish disgust. Like, oh god, oof, Jesus! It takes me back for a second, and then I stick a harpoon through the captain's knee. Then I turn back. What the hell? Whoa! Did you see that? Oof. So that's what Decurro does.
Awesome. And now, does Milo want a shot out?
Want a what?
Do you want to attack as well?
Are 3 of them dead already?
No, only one of them. And actually, oh, sorry. How much damage did you do with the harpoon?
The harpoon itself does 4 damage.
Oh yeah. So you also the leader gets slammed in the back with the dagger, and then at the same time the arrow comes through, and we'll say that actually just like hits him in the stomach, and he like just like leans over, lets out a and just collapses down onto the ground. So 2 of the 4 are down, and you see like amazement, like shock in the 2 guys left.
Okay, and the 2 guys that are left are like up the path a little ways, right?
Yes, closer to you than they are to the group, to the other 2.
All right, can I do obviously Decurro and Valos see the other 2?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my force push and push one to the ground.
Nice.
Just so he's flat, like prone.
Sounds good. Is there any rolls or anything that you have to make with that? I'm not sure how your
I mean, just a roll to attack, I assume.
What was that?
I assume just a roll to hit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like usual. So
yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, and these 13. Guys are just a 3, so there you go. Very nice. Yeah. So these guys are like shocked, and one like they kind of start to look at each other, and all of a sudden one of the guys is like slams right down onto the ground. All right. Yeah, their turn. So does your I'm assuming it doesn't have any like long lasting effect. Is he held in place right now, or is it just
it's
like
just
a
like
single?
It's just a single push, yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so yeah, the guy still standing kind of like draws his sword and like thinks about helping his friend up, but then just kind of turns and starts to run back down the path. And not really.
Oh, so right into me?
Yeah, basically right into you. And the other guy like stands up, and as he's standing, like draws his sword at his knees and like kind of gets himself up and like kind of starts looking around a little bit, but he's like pretty shaken at this point, and he kind of sees Decurro. He sees actually both of you are still like pretty hidden in the woods and stuff. So yeah, he's like not entirely sure what's going on. He knows there's some type of ambush, but he hasn't quite pinpointed anybody's location yet. So yeah, let's go up to Valos.
All right. Is he close enough that I can just make a break for him?
Absolutely.
All right. So Valos just looks at Decurro, gives him a nod, and then just fucking hauls ass towards the guy who's just standing there with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up to him and he says, as he said, did he say anything? Fuck. Do we want a prisoner? Shit.
Oh, we just want the leader guy, right?
Well, he's dead, right? I mean, he went. Well,
yeah,
he went
you
down.
killed him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's down.
No, I wasn't. Oh, are you just saying I killed him?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I was trying to incapacitate him.
All right. Well, so Valos runs out to the other guy, and he says, "I guess we're gonna need you."
Yeah.
And then he like fucking comes around and like fucking gives him a hard elbow in the face,
Nice.
just trying to knock him out.
Awesome.
All right. So there are 3 of those guys.
No, 2.
Oh, there are 2.
Yeah, there were
running
only 4
guy
guys,
and-
and you
yeah.
killed 2 of them.
No. I'm saying what's the to hit?
Oh, there are only 3s. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll spend a level of effort. No, I didn't need it. I rolled a 17.
Nah.
Boom.
So he's running, so he's in kind of low, and he's he says that, and he just like comes around like he's gonna punch him, but he doesn't hit him with his fist, and he comes around and fucking hits him with the elbow. It's gonna do 4 points of damage.
Nah, I'll count this as non-lethal.
Yeah, that's the
attempting
intention.
to just knock him out. So yeah. You basically elbow to the side of the head, and he drops to the ground.
All right. Well, I'll give you this. So I have successive attack. If I drop a foe, I can attack again, either melee or ranged.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to ranged attack that, if you want to pull out another dagger or whatever for that other guy, you can do that.
Yeah, he hooks a dagger at the other guy.
Sounds good.
I'm not going to spend anything though.
Yeah.
I rolled 17 again.
Look at that.
So he just, in a continuous motion, he hits that guy, and then he grabs down to the dagger and like spins back around and lets the dagger fly and hits the guy in the back.
Nice. And how many? Though it's that 2 points of damage. You said?
Yeah, it'll be just 2.
Yeah. Sounds good.
No, I'll spend the 1. I'll do 3. I'll do Pierce again.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
It's free,
So
so-
Yeah.
hit the guy right in the back of the shoulder blade, and he like you see him like stumble a little bit, kind of falls to the ground, but gets himself back up and starts to kind of stumble forward a little bit.
He yells out, I guess if he sees Milo in the middle of the path, "We don't need that one."
Decurro, anything?
Yeah, he's gonna just stare down at his arm and go, "I can't. What the hell?" And he looks down at where like the voided body is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I gotta try this one more time, and I'm gonna take aim with my arm at the guy who's running away.
Do it up.
All right. Yeah. Let's see if this works again. I won't do any spending. 14.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's 3 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that'll absolutely drop him.
All of this inky black, like just there's nothing. It doesn't even. Yeah, it just covers. It hits him in the back, and it kind of curls up over the front of him, and kind of just grabs him. His eyes pop out wide, like oh, and he falls flat, and just ugh. It's a horrible way to die.
Love it.
Holy shit! Did you see that? Valos. Valos, did you see that?
What the fuck was that?
That's the thing I said. I said I feel like I had a weird. It's manifest. This whole thing.
I gotta get black shit.
Yeah, we have to get. We got to get Mira out of that thing. She's gonna tell me what to do with this. Remember Mira?
I do remember. She left so unexpectedly.
She's got to tell me what to do with this. You see that shit? What happens? What do I do with that?
I don't know. Well, don't fucking touch me.
I won't.
All right, that's good.
I don't even want to touch myself, and that sucks.
I guess so.
That changes up like my whole nightly routine.
Look, I knocked that guy out. maybe we could get some answers out of him. Let me go check this.
I didn't mean to kill this guy. I was trying to. Sorry about that, and I wrenched the harpoon free to get it back. I just put it back in like the whatever quiver I have and sling the crossbow over my back. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. I was trying to do knee. You know,
well,
harpoon to the knee.
I mean, this guy's gonna die too. He just doesn't know.
Oh yeah,
yet.
I mean, we're just gonna. Yeah, right. He'll die, and then I take out I take out a knife. I go. I just got one question for you before we start asking questions. Just pick a finger. Just pick one, and then just kind of keep that finger in mind. Like you're the one you use the least.
Is he even awake yet?
No. Oh, I thought you were talking to Valos.
No, I'm talking to the unconscious body.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he can hear you, Decurro.
No.
He's not like he slaps him in the face. He's unconscious.
Jeez, what do you got in your elbow? That's a hell of an elbow.
And you actually see him at that point start to like stir a little bit.
All right, you watch him. Let me turn out the captain's pockets. Let's see if he's got anything on him.
Okay.
And Valos goes through and starts rifling through his pockets.
All right.
He'll go to the other guy too that's in the woods since he's not that far away, and not expecting anything except maybe a little coin. He goes through the other guy's pockets as well. See if they have.
Don't touch the black shit all over him. I don't know what that is. It came from me. That's what I hit him with. Don't touch it.
No, I'm not.
Just in case. Just in case.
Yeah. So you start kind of rifling through their pockets a little bit. The guy that was going over to get the box, he does have a piece of tech on him. And let's see. Why don't you go ahead and give me a D6 roll?
I can do that. 1. That figures.
All right, and then give me a 100.
Oh shit! I gotta get more dice. Hold on.
Oh, son of a bitch!
I asked you what dice we needed. Son of a bitch! All right. Oh shit! I don't even see where that one went. Let me roll again. 55.
55. All right. Oh wow. Okay, so he has like this little lead ball almost, and it has some kind of like copper wires run through it that look to gather at this one little area. You have a detonation massive.
Oh,
let's see. So this,
Jesus.
Let's see.
This might be super helpful, like in about 10 minutes.
Right, yeah, right. Like
it projects a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that explodes in a short range radius.
Drone strike.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead, give me one more D6 roll.
Long range. Yep. 2.
All right, so your level is a 4. So it'll inflict 4 damage. And give me a last 100 roll.
Okay. 9.
All right. Oh, Jesus. So this is a cell-disrupting detonator.
Nice.
So this harms only flesh.
Oh, Jesus.
I like it.
Yep. So you can basically use this to make an explosive attack up to a long distance away.
All right.
And it explodes in a short radius.
So it's a grenade.
Yeah, basically. But I'm assuming you kind of don't have to throw it. Like it's magic. So it's almost like a fireball. Like you tell it where to explode and it'll explode there.
Huh. Well, that's even better.
That's a hell of a piece of archaeotech.
Who's gonna search the leader?
I did both.
You did both? All right. In that case, you're gonna give me a couple more rolls.
Okay.
So give me another pair of D6s and D100s.
Okay. D6 is a 5.
All right.
And then you want to do 100 next?
100, yep.
15.
All right. So that is going to be a repeater. So why don't you just write that down, and then we'll figure out what that is.
Yep.
And then one more D6.
4.
One more 100.
83.
Ooh. That is a mind disrupting poison.
Ooh. Nice.
So let's see. Your repeater is for the next minute. Ranged weapon fires 1 additional time with ammo fabricated by the Cypher. The wielder can aim the free shot at the same target or at a target next to the first one.
Okay.
So it doesn't use any additional ammo or anything like that.
For up to a minute? Is that what it was?
For up to a minute, yeah.
Okay.
Then the mind-controlling poison. The victim must carry out a specific action in response to a specific trigger. So give me a D100. We'll figure out.
35.
All right. Look at that. Flees in terror for 1 minute when threatened.
Nice.
So you give them a specific trigger, and they will flee in terror for 1 minute.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Now, does it have to be attached to a person? Like, well, how does it function?
It is just poison.
Oh, it's just a poison. Okay.
Yeah. So you can, it's use at will. You can have them drink it. You can stab them with something. You can
syringe.
However they gather the poison, however it is put on them, I don't care. So
okay.
And then all you have to do is threaten them, and they will run away from you, or whomever. Interesting.
All of these things can be very handy right away.
Yes.
That was rather funny.
The sniper module that we had when we were originally grabbing the boat, like that's no good anymore. That's like a one-use thing, right?
I'm assuming, yeah. I think it was good for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was like an hour. All right, so I'm gonna erase that. All right, now how does the contingency activator work? Does that so it links to another cipher, and then you give it a circumstance and it activates? So does that count against? It still counts against the limit, right? I mean,
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's still a cipher.
All right, so he, but no paperwork, no set of orders, nothing like that. Okay. So he goes over to where Decurro is probably like sitting on the guy, twirling his dagger around, and says, "Here."
Just staring at my black hand.
And he puts the repeater into your hand. He says, "Put this on that harpoon crossbow. I think it's gonna help you out a lot. You get to shoot again."
Oh, cool. Should I put it on now? How long does it last?
It lasts for up to a minute.
Oh, okay. Well,
you could put it, I'll say you can, it's still on your person. So you could put it on and then just tell me when you want to activate it.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I do. Yeah, I do. I slap it right on there. Awesome.
And then he probably keeps the other stuff.
That's nifty.
Yeah, they found this poison too, and I don't know this other this little ball. It's like I guess you call it like a grenade, but you could just tell it where to go and it'll explode.
Ooh, that's gonna be real helpful in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did I say that in my outside voice?
No, I heard it in your head.
Well, that's just damn creepy.
I know, right? This sucks.
So Valos just like kicks the guy in the boot.
Oh, I'll get up off him. Oh God.
Oh, he was comfy.
Wake up.
All right. Yeah. So he wakes up, starts to stir a little bit, and he's like, "Oh God, please don't kill me, please."
Well, I guess that all depends on how you answer these questions, doesn't it?
That was
what do you wanna
badass,
know?
Valos. That was badass what you just said.
First of all, what are the names of your companions and yourself?
Oh, I'm a dame, or a dom, and that was that was God. My captain is Manced, and I don't even really know who those guys were. I just came here like less than a week ago. It was my first real watch. Oh man, I made some bad choices in my life.
Yeah, your first bad choice was coming south, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
Who do you work for? What's this outfit?
Outfit?
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I mean, it's some leather. My pants. Do you want my pants?
Yep.
Boots. I just bought these about a month ago. They're kind of just barely broken in.
But nice boots, Valos. We should get those boots.
Nah, if you want them, I don't think they'll fit me. And then he turns and he looks at the guy and he fucking slaps him in the face.
Nice. Good slap.
Who do you work for?
I mean, we all work for the lady.
It's gonna hit you again, man. It's gonna hit you again.
Out of character, real quick. I can't remember. Oh, Moore. It's Moore and sister, right?
Yeah.
So
we work for Lady Veth. That's
better.
All right. And what are you guys doing so far south?
I don't know. I mean, I was just hired to gotta stand watch. There was a notice earlier, and they were hiring people to just do some grunt work, and I just recently got promoted so I could get out of the heavy lift and just kind of stand guard. I thought it was an easy thing. Oh, I didn't realize that people were actually going to come down here. Oh God, are they dead? Did you kill them? Are you going to kill me?
I'm leaning that way, and these guys are for sure dead.
Say the thing again.
How many people are in that fort?
Oh, I don't know. Like 20, 30?
They're not. So this isn't reliable information, Valos. Look at this kid.
You have your cigar cutter still?
Oh yeah, I got it in my hand already.
You got to make the noise.
Tick 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 tick.
I left that in the last episode. I couldn't find anything better than you going shing 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 shing.
So, did you pick a finger?
I mean, I guess you don't really use your pinky much, do you?
No.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about using anything again.
Decurro takes the pinky finger and puts it in the cigar cutter.
Ah, no. What do you want to know? I thought I was telling you everything.
That's what we thought.
What's the plan? What's Lady Beth's plan?
I don't know. She just gathering some people. She told that she has some people working in the back with some stuff. And
the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. There's some Arcano tech that they have back there, and they've been getting shipments lately. They just got one in earlier today. Big cart full of stuff. They just been hauling it off into the back and having people work on it back there.
Ooh, where's that? In the back, just what, like behind the building?
Yeah, I mean, up in the mountain, they have like a bunch of rooms and stuff. And
I'm sorry, is this a place that we've seen?
We didn't actually see the fort. We saw the mountain kind of going up.
Okay, all right. Got it.
Is there any other way up or just through the scaffold?
No, I mean this. Most of us just take the switchback trail up. The scaffolding's really only up for, when they want to take cargo up and down and stuff.
Oh, so they don't use it that often?
No, not really. Probably only once every few days.
Where's the switchback trail? Is that where the cart went? Back behind?
No, that went up the scaffolding. That's where all the cargo comes in. Haven't you been listening?
He fucking slaps him again.
I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh, careful when you're hitting that hard. I almost cut his finger off by accident.
Where's the trail?
I want to make sure when I do it, it's on purpose.
It's off to the side of the scaffold.
Right side, left side.
Right side. Right side. If you walk like, oh God, I don't know, 50 feet maybe. Is that a thing?
Is 50 feet a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Milo, you have any questions? Milo, get out of that guy's pants.
He's standing in the middle of the of the trail, just staring.
A little bit of troll coming down.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Milo checked out.
I think he's all right. I think he's good. He's just thinking, I want the finger though. Can I take it? Do you think? Here's what we'll do. Valos, does he get to keep his finger?
Yeah, Valos, do I get to keep my finger, please?
Yeah. You know what, that girl? Let's let him keep his finger.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
He kind of like.
Really, honestly, I'm a big fan of my pinky finger. I just bought a ring.
Why would you let me put it in the cigar cutter then?
I don't know. I mean, I figured I have two pinkies, and only one ring. But still, I really kind of did want it on my right finger. I know.
The next time when we come get you, I know exactly what fingers to cut off. Come on.
I'm sorry.
I hit him in the back of the head. Never give up. Never answer. Just never say anything. Never offer information.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll know for next time.
Okay. Do better next time.
I will.
All right.
Valos like grabs each side of his cheek. Like grabs his head in his hands. He says, You did pretty good.
Oh,
thanks.
You
gave us everything we needed to know.
Oh, good.
You're a good boy.
I'm glad.
He just takes his head. He fucking snaps his neck.
Oh.
He was a good boy. You're right, Valos. He was a good boy. Cut to the
lifeless body drops to the fucking ground at his feet.
That didn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to.
Those pig fuckers should have never come down south.
Yeah, right? Well, let's send them back. Let's send them back north. You got that bomb? Let's go put that bomb somewhere.
Well, 30 people is nothing to shake a stick at. I think we might need Milo's planning. Milo, hey, you all right there, buddy?
I think he's in the middle of planning right now. Look at his eye; it's twitching.
I don't know what is he like lost in thought?
Yeah. Well, when he gets like this, it's very the plan that he is going to come out with after he comes out of the state. It's going to blow our minds. It's going to be the best plan that we've ever heard of.
I don't know if you say so.
The best plans.
See if that guy's got anything in his pockets.
I checked that guy's pockets.
No. So you check around a little bit, and he does have like a little piece of paper like folded up.
But, got a piece of paper here. Let me just unfold that.
Like it's a couple of pieces of coin in his pocket and stuff, but nothing really big.
We got some coin. This is folded. What's the folded piece of paper say?
It doesn't say anything. There's just a picture on it.
My dearest Martha. Oh, what's the picture of? His dearest Martha?
No.
Oh.
No, there's no like photography or anything like that.
What's the picture of? Is he an artist?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. It's not very good. But it looks like there's like a few people drawn, like a couple of big people and then one little person, and like what looks like maybe like a dog or a pig or something. Can't really tell.
Is this guy inventing rear window stick families?
Yeah.
I take the paper.
What is it? Picture of his family, girlfriend.
I mean, I guess it's a picture of like, yeah, it looks like a little family with a little pet. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it.
All right.
Decurro puts it in his inventory.
All right, well, let's collect Milo and get set up the road.
Just throw him over. Well, yeah, we'll just carry him.
Like it's like an old video game where like you start to walk and like the party member that's in the back of the screen just like gets pushed along.
Oh, you know what? Actually, before we do that, are these guys similar to the same size as we are? Because then we put on their clothes.
Yeah, just about.
Absolutely.
Close enough.
Yeah. They're wearing pretty generic stuff. Like it doesn't, it's kind of like the leather armor with like straps on it. That's kind of like the one size fits all. As long as you're not incredibly short or like severely obese, you should be fine.
Is it similar to what we're already wearing, and like we could maybe just throw their cloak over us instead?
Probably, yeah. Even they're not all wearing like the same armor. Like, and they're even not really wearing, like I said, like they don't have insignia or anything like that. They're just they are dressed kind of similar. Like maybe they got it from the same place, but like maybe the same, like Leatherman or merchant sold them the stuff, but there's really no distinguishing marks or features or anything like that.
Color wise, so like
nothing.
I mean,
and even like all their clothes underneath, like their jerkin and pants and boots and everything are all completely different, like different colors. And like one guy has gray, one guy has black, one guy has like a dirty white. So,
all right. Well, if they're wearing cloaks, then Valos just says, grab the cloak. Let's put these bodies in the woods. Other side to the control box.
Yeah, there you go. They each have like a traveling cloak.
Okay.
Something
nice.
Like if it's inclement weather and they're standing guard, then they can throw the hood on type thing.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So they do that. They hide the bodies.
Sounds good.
And then just like boldly walk back up the road.
Like you own the place.
Oh yeah.
I assume that if Milo was not lost in thought, he would have told us what the other guys' names were as well.
Sure. Well, he actually didn't. He only caught the names of the guys that the leader called out.
Right.
Which were the 3 guys that came with you. Yeah.
So as they're walking, like Valos puts his arm out and says, there was maybe we tell him we left the other guy down there to fiddle with the tripwire.
Maybe we pretend that Milo is a prisoner.
Well, but there was 4 of them, and there's only 3 of us.
Milo killed one of them.
But Milo's got a cloak, like we're Decurro.
Yes,
we're the guys that we just killed, but there's one missing.
Right, but like we have a prisoner as the guys we just killed, and it's the guy who killed our guys.
Oh, so this guy killed 2 guys then.
Milo?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I'm following the conversation.
I'm not following the conversation. No, because we're the bad guys, and Milo, he can be the prisoner of the bad guys, us, and we can make it seem like he ambushed us, killed 2 of our guys, right? including the boss man. And we caught him.
How about this? Milo's also one of the bad guys.
Okay, I like that.
We tell the other guy who's down there with the stone that there was two guys. They fucking got the captain, and then we killed them and left them, and then we came back, and then we kill that fucking guy, and then we sneak up top.
Not bad. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that one instead.
All right, because then if someone catches us sneaking, then we look like the other guys already.
Yes, right.
Kind of.
I'm into it. Well, I mean, at least at first glances, these guys they don't seem too perceptive anyway. So maybe it's just like they'll just see the cloaks and the gear, and they won't even give it a second thought.
Right. What were the guys we all killed white? Were there, mixture of skin colors, or what's the?
Most of the people down up in this region, you tend to get kind of like a slightly tanner, almost like Mediterranean look down towards the south. And then as you start to go up north, like Abingdon, and then even there's not really a ton further north than Abingdon, because it gets really cold up that way. So yeah, most of the people up north towards like the Abingdon region are your like Swedes and such. So you get like the white people up there. And I will say, you notice that that two of these guys, including Adam, have that more tanned look to them.
I wear Adam's cloak then, because Valos is more of a like Middle Eastern cast of skin. So
yeah, I'd say probably Valos is like fairly close to the same.
Well, Valos also. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Yep, Valos.
Oh, not Valos. I meant Decurro.
Well, the issue with Decurro is that I can't. I'm very, very sensitive to sunlight.
True.
So I have to cover everything. So like I have this weird mask on. Covers it's like a thing that I just wrap around my face.
Yep.
And like my arms have wraps around them too, and I would just like take it off to do my void blasts and everything.
I said so your delve too deeply though is like kind of a fairly recent development, right? Like within the last month or so.
Well, it was the thing that led to the artifact. Yeah. So
yeah. So I'd say like most of your like you spend a lot of time outdoors, so you probably have like a naturally good baseline. But like over the last say even couple months, you've spent like almost no time in the sun. So
yes. I've done no sun because it just hurts so much.
Right. So you're almost like a landscaper during the winter. Like
yes, I am.
Like you can tell, like you've got the hint of like tan lines and everything like that, but your base tan right now is not doing that great.
No.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So yeah, you take Adam's clothes. Valos, Decurro grabs somebody else's.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
As he's changing, Valos would definitely notice like a lot more of that black, like it's like especially in the torso, you can see it in my back. It's creeping up my back towards my neck, and oh yeah, it's getting worse and worse.
Well, that's creepy, but we just put their cloaks on.
But I put all the clothes on too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
He's really getting into character.
Nice. All right. Yeah, so I guess we walk up like we own the place.
Sounds good.
Like on the way up,
we own the
place now. Tries to like pitch his voice sort of like a Dom. You at least make the initial contact to be able to get next to that guy to kill him. Because Milo would have said that he has some kind of like sending stone or something. And,
right. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So he wants to get as close as possible. But, like he's assessing as they're getting closer to like, did 10 more guys come down?
Right. Nope. So yeah, you guys make it back and you kind of are walking with purpose, but somewhat nonchalantly. And yeah, you see that is now the one guy left, but he does have a second dude with him. That you can tell he's they're not necessarily close to each other. They're probably about 20 or so feet off. And it looks like this guy was he's standing like next to a boulder. So he was probably like around the corner of it a little bit when he first was standing there.
Okay. So he just says under his breath to Decurro, he's like, as we get closer, start to fan out.
We'll do.
I assume Milo assents as well. And,
he nods.
Yeah, he kind of like, he's got a little bit of a limp. Like they're walking through, like they're not sneaking, but like he throws a little bit of a limp, like they'd just been in combat to like try to sell the story.
All right.
And he has the hood up. He kind of keeps his head down. Puts a hand up, kind of like waves, pauses for a second, like he's trying to catch his breath, and starts moving forward again.
There you go. Yeah, and the guy, one of the guys standing guard at the front, kind of looks up. And he's like, "Hey, where's wow, you guys took a really long time. Where the hell's Mance? Was he off pissing in the woods again? And he shouldn't have had the chili the other night."
You're not going to believe it, but there was 2 guys down there, and they killed Mance. They gave us a beating, but we put them down and we reset the tripwire.
Are you seriously? Oh shit! Oh, all right. And he begins to reach into the pouch.
And he's just like, oh, hold on, give me a hand for a minute. And he like kind of like stumbles forward with his hand out.
Oh shit! All right, yeah. And you see he has he pulls something out of the pocket, but he keeps it in his hand as he walks towards you.
Ooh.
And I would know that these work by breaking them.
If Milo passed that on to you, yes.
Because I kind of want to knock it out of his hand, but I guess it's not going to be helpful. Yep. Valos just pitches himself forward, so the guy takes like his full body weight, and he tries to just like take him to the ground.
He's like, "Oh Jesus!" So are you actually trying to like knock him down, or?
Yeah. He just he collapses, like dead body.
All right, so, go ahead
and has to fully take his weight.
Go ahead and give me a might check.
All right. I will definitely spend a level of effort. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I have might defense. I don't know if that would help.
Nah, it's basically like a strength trying to knock him down.
Could I surreptitiously try to punch him as we're going down? So he drops out and maybe his hand swings around to kind of clip him.
You would have to first give me some type of almost like a bluff to be, I'm assuming, intellect.
I have performing arts.
Yeah, that would work.
Nice.
There's actually a speed check.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so it's more of an acrobatics kind of thing where he just kind of flops himself over and kind of swings his arm sort of thing.
Sure, yeah, that works.
All right, I will definitely spend a level of effort to do the performance check.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 12.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. And then is it a might check then to punch him?
Yep.
All right, I will spend a level of effort on that.
Yeah, and I'll give you an a whatchamacallit.
Asset. Okay, so unarmed attack is -1 step. Assets another -1. And I rolled a 15, which I'm assuming.
There you go. Yay. Absolutely, yeah. Yep. So you kind of lean on him a little bit and kind of get yourself into a position and then knock him right in the temple.
Nice.
Sweet. And then does he just go down like a?
Yeah,
like
we'll
a
just
sack
say
of
he
potatoes?
drops. Yeah, we'll just say he drops right down.
And like if even if it doesn't knock him out, like it's just awkward. So like he hits his head on the ground, it kind of like finishes it.
Right. And the other.
I'm so sorry. Let me. Oh, that hurts so much. And he like reaches down and grabs the stone out of his hand.
Nice.
And yeah, the other guard now will start to run over, and he's like, "Jesus, what the
man,
hell?"
we took a beating. And then he's like,
Oh, it was crazy. I found out. I'm sorry. Shut up, John.
well, yeah. So like he's trying to signal for you to like as the other guy runs in to, tackle him or slit his throat or.
Yeah, that's when the harpoon comes flying out from stage right and into the other guy who's coming in close.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me a shot.
All right. I'll throw a level of effort on that. Uh, 16.
Oh, absolutely.
So 4 points of damage.
Yeah, you catch this guy right in the chest, and he just grabs the bolt, the harpoon. He's like, blood splurts out, and he just falls to the ground.
Oh man, that was. Decurro comes out and wrenches the thing free, the bolt free again, or the harpoon free. Puts it back. He felt funny.
Ribs crack.
This is. Yeah, I think I'm getting desensitized to this, Valos. I think this is becoming easier and easier. Are you worried about that? Or?
I like it. I don't like it. I'm confused.
Yeah. It's easier if you say that they're bad guys, but I think the more of these guys who come out, the less bad I think they are, and they're just like confused boys.
Well, it's surprising how easy it gets.
Possibly the Lost Boys.
Have we found the Lost Boys?
Found the Lost Boys. Check their teeth.
All right, check his pockets and let's move these bodies out of here as fast as we can.
I check his pockets and then move the bodies out of there as fast as I can.
This guy has a locket. No, I'm kidding. He was in the process of writing a letter.
I started collecting all these sentimental things from everyone.
You open it up and it has a snippet of his wife's hair.
Oh, this guy was a psychopath.
It's a good thing we killed him, Valos.
Jesus, who knows what the hell else he's cutting off, right? Gosh. Yeah, we did good. We did good here today.
I think
there's a song by the Toadies. One of the lines is "Give me your hand and I'll hold it forever in my nightstand."
Sick fucks.
I think Valos just slits the other guy's throat.
Yeah, nice.
When he's on top of him, and then turns his pockets out real quick.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So bad influence on me actually.
He looks over his shoulder.
You get a few pieces of coin off these guys, and you get the sending stone off of that guy.
Perfect.
All right, good. I don't think anybody else is going to be coming unless they're expecting another load. But the guy said every couple of days.
Head up. We just go up.
Yeah,
at this point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, up the switchback trail.
Yep, because we're behind the enemy lines now, so we got to keep moving forward.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
We do it.
Sounds good. All right, yeah. So you guys round the corner, go about 20 yards over, and basically like around that rock that the other guy was at, and a few more feet. And you see the opening to a trail. And just like the guy said, it's a switchback, so it looks not natural. It definitely looks like this was carved into the side of the mountain, and it kind of goes up and back and forth and back and forth up, basically as far as you can see, at least like 50, 60 feet, maybe more.
Okay. I guess they move cautiously, right? I mean, they're wearing cloaks of the guys that were here, but if they can catch someone unawares, all the better.
Oh yeah, stealthy moves all the way. How far is it? Like, does it look like it's not going to take too long to get up, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, okay.
No, it'll take you maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops to get up to this whole thing.
Nice, yeah, big time stealth.
All right, sounds good. So why don't you guys then go ahead and give me a quick speed check, just to determine.
I've got. I am skilled or trained in careful movement.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Trained in stealth. Let's spend an edge. I guess I won't.
Doesn't help me there. I am going to spend to get a level of so I drop it down 2. And
do we want to know what our number is, or is this like
we'll say your goal is 4.
Yep, I rolled a 16.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'll spend a level of effort then. I mean, are we just Milo is trailing behind? We're just gonna kind of give it to him,
mostly, yeah.
All right, so I'm also gonna drop.
Back.
Yep, rolled a 16.
There you go. So 2 out of the 3. If you can make it, then you make it. So
we are so stealthy, it hurts.
You are. All right, so yeah, you guys begin to make your way up the trail, traveling for a handful of minutes. Eventually, the area starts to flatten out. And when it does, you can see that the trail goes for about 40 or so feet once you reach what you think is the top, and it kind of sloped backwards slightly. So you actually travel up for probably about 100 or so feet. And so as you reach this flat portion, you can see at the end of the trail is a large set of wooden double doors set into the side of the mountain.
Oh, shit.
With this just around it to either side, more so on the left side, the side against that actually like kind of comes out to the mountain, are arrow slits carved into it.
Oh, geez.
And you can actually see that the structure, the scaffolding, comes all the way up here, and there's a large but very roughly cut out hole in the side of the mountain, and like this platform extending out from it. And it definitely looks like the craftsmanship of the doors, or at the very least the stonework around it, is very excellently done. It's very very meticulous. Is actually like small details, and even though it's clearly not brick, they actually have like brick carved into it, like a pattern, whereas the hole on the side kind of looks fresh and not very well done. Well enough to blow a hole out the side of the mountain.
Hide this joint.
Yeah.
Does it look like where the cargo goes also has a door as well, or does it kind of like the scaffolding comes up, they push it off, and it just kind of like scoots in?
Yeah, basically. You can see that there's a roof over the scaffolding up here to keep out any rain or anything like that, but there's no doors or anything to it.
Okay.
However, the path kind of just ends at those doors, so there's no way, unless you were to kind of rock climb like the 15 or so feet from the end of the path to the opening of the scaffolding. The path doesn't actually extend all the way over. You'd have to kind of rock climb yourself over there.
I'm trained in climbing. You want me to run up there, see what's going on?
Well, so here's my thought though. If we go back down, climb the scaffolding, can we scoot right in from the scaffolding? Like it's going to take us right up to where we want to go, right? As opposed to trying to duck past the door.
Yeah.
And have to scale, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there kind of like standing off the path? You know, they see the door and everything. He says, maybe we should go back down and climb the scaffolding. I mean, they clearly we're not going to make it through the door. They're going to know who should be here probably by sight, I would think. But if we climb the scaffolding, we could scoot through the cargo hole.
Yeah, I think at this point, yeah.
I mean,
rather than Decurro's looking around trying to find other points of ingress. I don't know. If nothing else is coming up, I mean, I think that's it. I think back down.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a password or anything. If they have some kind of call and response at the door.
Yeah, it's going to have to be all stealth.
All right, fuck. Let's go back down. At least we know what's here.
Yep. We do it. We go back down.
All right. All right.
Do you want to call it there since we're Sands of Milo?
That's
you're just
thinking.
Yeah, because I don't know if you're going to want him to. I have climbing. John's got climbing. I mean, we could rig ropes up so that even if he's not, I mean, he could probably just fucking jump from.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, spot to spot up the scaffolding.
Quite possibly. You know. But also, this is where things are going to start getting interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I think for action's sake and for player's sake, I think it might be a good stopping point.
I don't think we could do it with just the two of us. I don't know that we could do it with just the three of us.
We're sure as hell gonna try.
Yeah, I mean the grenade is nice, but 4 points. Well, I don't know. You killed the guy with 4 points, unless that was just narrative. You know, whatever.
No.
Well, it's usually what their level is. That's what they have in hit points.
Right.
Okay. It might not be too bad then.
Yeah, combat fast and loose in Cypher system.
All right. I mean, she's going to be a tougher
fast and loose. Period. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, all right. Well, I guess we'll think about that for next time. I think in a meta sense, maybe it makes more sense for me to put the poison on your harpoon and for you to shoot.
Oh, buy me dinner first.
And you shoot Lady Beth.
Nice. Okay.
And make her flee.
And I've got that second shot. I've got the repeater. I gotta remember that because I figured I put it on my weapon, so I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless she's like her brother, and it takes us like a 30 to hit her, then it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Dad.
Oh,
she's
Dad.
Yeah, she's the daughter. Yeah.
I was thinking sister. I mean, I hope she's not as difficult as that, and I probably just gave away the plan for Jesse to plan around it. But
I never do that.
Maybe she's the corporate figurehead for us to tee off on.
There you go.
Yeah,
because of the conversation in the beginning.
Well, see,
don't worry. I am not a fan of DMs who listen to the players' plans and then adjust their strategies to go against the players. That just gets rid of players. Then might as well just run in, cocks waving, and not worry about planning.
Cocks waving.
Well, because
out, covered in poison.
Well, because I think that's probably the best, right? Like, if we can get her to flee, we don't have to fight her for a minute. Like, that's forever in combat. We kill everybody else, and then we take her prisoner, and then we have leverage.
There it is. I like it.
Or we kill her. I'm not opposed to that, because Warren's a piece of shit.
I think it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
See, we
Either
take
way.
her hostage, we go to make the drop, and then we kill her in front of him.
Like, oh yeah,
Get, like 4 more levels, and we can compete.
I like that plan.
That is
Yeah.
brutal.
Well, you do what you have to do.
Right?
You do what you have to
First
do
time.
to really get the goal of militaristic dictator types in role-playing games.
Right.
All right, cool. All right, I like
Thank
it.
you very much. Great
Oh,
game.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great time as usual.
Yep.
Oh yeah, always look forward to it.
Always fun. Even when people fall asleep.
Well, he wasn't
All
feeling good either, right? He was sick.
He was sick, yeah. It happens. Neil fell asleep one time we were playing Rogue Trader or Death Watch or some shit
Oh, really?
for like an hour when we were on Nerdbound still.
He just let
Andy
him
was-
sleep.
Well, he was so we played late like you guys are playing now, and Andy was running, and he was like laid out in a chair and was drinking whiskey and shit while we're playing. Fucking fell asleep for like an hour and then came back at the end and finished up.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Kelly used to fall asleep every single session.
Yeah, well,
Curl up in a ball on the floor.
it happens. We're all getting
Yep.
old.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh well. All right. Well,
You're getting old.
I already am old, so
That is true.
every time we get together, I'm the old. Well, I guess unless Todd is running.
True.
Well, I don't know. Todd and I are almost the same age. So.
There you go.
Oh well. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking this out. Obviously, I always say obviously. Maybe it's not that obviously, but ratings and retune. Wow. I'm just gonna edit the fuck at all.
Retoons. Ratings and retunes.
Ratings and reviews. Ratings and reviews on iTunes or whatever your podcatcher of choice is amazing. It helps us out tremendously. You could also rate and leave a review for John, the Tales of Blood and Stone. They have their Tales of edit more Shadow of the Demon Lord podcast, which is amazing. So if you're not listening to that, please do that as well.
Thank you.
Maybe Jesse's going to have a podcast again soon. If we could get people that'll actually show up and play games and not freak out.
I wouldn't put that for a while.
That's the Fisters, right?
Dragon Fisters, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, get
But-
that back.
If you've never listened to the Dragon Fisters before, the site is up. Go check it out. There's like 240 some episodes. So you can check that out as well. Thanks for listening. Thanks you guys for playing and running. It's fantastic. It's always fun.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Check out our sponsors. Support the sponsors. Support the show. That's always helpful as well.
Buy coffee.
Buy coffee. Coffee's
Play
fantastic.
Sponsor of coffee.
The idea of coffee sponsors
idea of
us
coffee.
as well as Bird's
Very
Coffee.
Strange how that happened.
Thing 12 has some awesome games, or Thing 1-2. I don't know. Mind blown.
We just
Check
don't
them out
know.
as well.
No one
Links.
could know. It's impossible.
Links in the show notes. And thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Bye.